Welcome to the deep dive.
Ah,
We've all been there, haven't we? Full of good intentions, making resolutions, and then somehow you find yourself right back where you started, wondering why those habits just, well, won't stick.
hmm It happens all the time.
Yeah, and it feels like some people just get it. They have this secret code for progress, while the rest of us feel like we're, I don't know, constantly pushing a rock uphill.
Exactly. It can be really frustrating.
Well, today we're diving into a book that basically promises to hand you that code. It offers a really simple but incredibly effective answer. James Clear's Atomic Habits.
Ah, yes, Atomic Habits, published back in 2018, and it really has become a cornerstone, hasn't it? In self-help, personal development, its core idea is built on this, well, elegant principle. Small habits, when done consistently, lead to remarkable results over time.
It sounds so simple when you put it like that.
It does, but it's not about these huge life-changing overhauls. It's about mastering those tiny daily improvements, what Clear calls atomic habits. Because these little shifts, they compound, they build up into these massive transformations over the long haul.
And people love it. It gets rave reviews, like 5 stars pretty consistently.
Huh.
So our mission today isn't just to give you a summary. We want to go a bit deeper. We're aiming to pull out the mechanics, the thinking behind it, the practical stuff that really makes Clear's approach different, sort of a strategic shortcut for you to actually use these ideas.
Right. Let's unpack that main idea first, that 1% improvement. Clear really shows how getting just 1% better every day, it sounds tiny, right?
Almost nothing.
Almost nothing, but it cascades into this incredible growth over time. The power of compounding, but for habits. It's quite amazing when you see the math. And crucially, he says, forget relying on motivation or willpower. They're fickle. Instead, focus on building solid systems over goals.
Okay, that's a big one. That systems over goals idea. For a lot of people, that's a complete game changer, isn't it?
It really is.
He has that quote, you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Can you maybe elaborate on that? Why is that so fundamental?
Well, it completely flips how we usually think, you know?
Right.
Most of us, we fixate on the goal, the outcome. I want to lose X pounds, I want to write a book. But Clear argues it's the process, the things you do every day, the routines, kind of the invisible structure of your life. That's what actually determines if you reach the outcome.
Oh, okay.
The goal is just the place you want to end up.
Yeah.
The system is like the car, the vehicle that actually gets you there reliably, day in, day out, even when you don't feel like it.
Makes sense. Goals are the what, systems are the how. So how do we build those systems then? That seems to be the million-dollar question.
And that's where his 4 laws of behavior change come in. They're brilliant. It's like the blueprint, the GPS you mentioned for building any habit.
Right. The 4 laws.
Exactly. And what's so insightful is how he takes something really complex, I mean, human behavior, and just boils it down to 4 concrete, actionable steps. It turns habit building from this vague art into something anyone can tackle. So, first law. Q. Make it obvious. Make the trigger for your habit impossible to ignore.
Okay. Obvious cue.
Second, craving. Make it attractive. You need to actually want to do the habit. Make it appealing.
Make it something you look forward to, maybe.
Precisely. Third, response. Make it easy. This is huge.
Yeah.
Reduce the friction. Simplify the action down to the absolute minimum possible to get started.
Remove the barriers.
Yes. And fourth, reward. Make it satisfying. You need to reinforce the habit. Give yourself a little win, something that feels good, so your brain says, hey, let's do that again.
That framework just clicks, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Especially with an example. Like, okay, say you want to start running. That seems to be a common one people struggle with.
Classic example.
So for the cue, make it obvious. Maybe lay out your running shoes and clothes the night before, right by the bed.
Can't miss it. Good one.
For the craving, make it attractive.
Mm.
Maybe you create an awesome playlist. Music you only listen to when you run. Makes it feel like a treat.
Yeah, linking it to something enjoyable, that works.
Then, response, make it easy. This is key. Don't aim for 5 miles on day 1. Maybe just 5 minutes. Just get out the door.
Exactly. Lower that barrier right down.
And finally, reward. Make it satisfying. Maybe you track your runs. Put a big X on a calendar each day you do it, or use an app. Seeing that progress feels good.
Absolutely. That visible progress is a powerful reward in itself. You see how those laws work together there, that they make starting and sticking with it much more likely.
It really does make it feel less daunting. But this brings up something deeper. Clear talks about. How do we make these changes stick, like really become part of us?
Right. And this is where he introduces what I think is one of his most powerful concepts, identity-based habits.
Okay.
His argument is pretty profound, actually. He says, true behavior change is identity change.
Whoa. Okay. Unpack that.
So instead of focusing just on the outcome, I want to lose weight, you shift your focus to your identity. You start thinking, I am a healthy person.
Ah, so it's not what you want, it's who you are.
Precisely. It reframes everything. Because if you see yourself as a healthy person, making healthy choices isn't a chore anymore. It's just what you do. It aligns with your self-image.
That feels much more powerful, more sustainable somehow, like it's coming from the inside out, not the outside in.
Exactly. And he has another great line related to this. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become.
I love that. So every tiny habit, every 5-minute run is like casting a vote for a runner or a healthy person.
Mm-hmm. It makes those small actions feel really meaningful. And speaking of practical actions, he gives some great strategies. One really popular one is habit stacking.
Yes, I found this one super useful. It's so simple. You basically piggyback a new habit onto one you already do automatically.
That's it. You link them together.
His example is perfect. After I make my morning coffee, I will write one sentence in my journal. Making coffee is automatic for many people, so you just tack the journaling right on. No extra willpower needed, really.
It uses existing momentum. Very clever. Another really crucial concept he explains is the plateau of latent potential.
Okay, tell us about that one. That sounds important for managing expectations.
Oh, it is. It tackles that common feeling of frustration, when you're working hard, doing the habits every day, but you're just not seeing results yet.
Yeah, the why isn't this working feeling.
Exactly. Change often is invisible at first. Results don't usually appear linearly. They build up under the surface. Clear uses this fantastic analogy of an ice cube.
Ah, the ice cube analogy.
Yeah. Imagine you have ice at, say, -10 degrees Celsius. You start heating the room, it goes to -5, -2, -1, and nothing looks different with the ice cube, right? It's still solid ice.
Right, still frozen.
But all that energy, all that consistent effort is building up. And then the moment it hits 0 degrees, bang, it starts to melt. The breakthrough happens. It shows that your efforts weren't wasted during that plateau phase. They were accumulating potential. You just needed to stick with it long enough to hit that tipping point.
That's such a reassuring idea. It combats that urge to quit when you don't see immediate results. You might be right at medical in 1 degree about to see the change.
Precisely. Keep putting in the work. So when we look at the book overall, what are its biggest strengths? Why has it resonated so much?
Well, for me, the practical frameworks are huge. It's not just theory. He gives you actionable tips, chapter summaries, those clear graphs, tools like habit trackers, the idea of implementation intentions.
Yeah, the I will behavior at time and location idea. Very concrete.
Exactly. It makes it feel genuinely doable. You walk away with things you can try today.
I agree. And the clear, engaging writing style helps immensely. James Clear just breaks things down so well. He uses simple language, great stories, brings in the science, but keeps it accessible. It doesn't feel like a dense textbook.
No, not at all. It's very readable, very motivating.
And that leads to its universal appeal. I mean, these principles, they aren't just for productivity nerds or fitness buffs. You can apply them anywhere. Health, work, relationships, creativity.
It really feels like a fundamental operating system for improvement, doesn't it?
It does. But like any approach, it's probably not perfect for everyone, or maybe it has some nuances worth mentioning. What are potential weaknesses or critiques?
That's fair. Some people do mention a degree of repetition. Maybe the core ideas get reiterated quite a bit, perhaps for emphasis.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. He wants to make sure the key points land.
And maybe if you're looking for really deep psychological dives or complex neuroscience, you might find it a bit surface level. It's more focused on the how-to than the deep why.
Right, it's practical application first and foremost, not a deep dive into behavioral psychology theory itself.
And this is crucial, I think. It is absolutely not a quick fix. You have to be clear on that. It demands commitment, consistency. It's about building systems for the long haul.
Definitely, no magic wands here. It's about the slow burn of daily habits.
So, putting that all together, who is this book really for? Who gets the most out of it?
Well, it's fantastic for beginners in self-development. It gives such a clear, non-intimidating starting point.
Yeah, totally agree.
And really, anyone struggling to make habits stick. If you've tried and failed before, this offers a different, often more effective approach.
And I'd add entrepreneurs, students, creatives, anyone needing to build consistent routines for output or practice. It provides that structure.
Absolutely. Because it drills home that core message, that final quote you mentioned earlier. Success is the product of daily habits, not once-in-a-lifetime transformations.
It really brings it all together, that quote.
hmm And that really sums up the value here. Atomic Habits isn't just another self-help book. It's earned its reputation as a modern classic. It gives you both the inspiration and the tactical plan. It shifts the focus, doesn't it? Less about chasing some specific distant goal and more about asking, how can I become the kind of person who achieves those things naturally?
Becoming the person, one tiny habit at a time.
One tiny atomic habit at a time.
Exactly. So here's something for you, the listener, to think about. What identity are you currently voting for with your daily actions, big or small? And reflecting on what we've discussed, what's just one tiny, maybe even laughably small atomic change you could make today? Something that moves you just 1% closer to the person you want to become. Even if you know the results won't show up tomorrow, how could really mastering that 1% game day after day fundamentally redefine who you are a year from now or 5 years from now? Something to chew on. Thanks for diving deep with us today.